Yo, what's upper one Abigor here today. I'm back here for another banging video. So, we have a important topic to talk about today as I found a uh podcast interview thing that Swerve Strickland did like I believe last week or 2 weeks ago or something like that. And he was speaking some facts, bro. So yeah, man. So y'all know that we tell the truth over here about wrestling. I say this every video. That's my whole motive there. And Swerve Strickland told the truth about everyone's favorite wrestlers, CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. Man, so let's just get to what Strickland said here. So he said that CM Punk and Cody Rhodes would not be bigger stars right now if it wasn't for their attention to AEW. You know, because they say, if they didn't go to AEW, they would not be bigger stars right now. Because they went to AEW, they went back to WWE, and now they have a bigger image to themselves. And he was speaking facts, bro. Because let's start off with Cody Rhodes, man. Look, I never really made a video on Cody Rhodes. I never really gave my opinion on Cody Rhodes. I mean, he's fine, I guess. He's okay wrestler. I'm glad he's over now, I guess. Since he was, basically a jobber like 15 years ago. But his time at AEW was an absolute flop because this is the same company that he created with his best friends, Tony Khan and the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega and those people. And, he basically just tried to put himself over the talent. He faced different mini guys. I mean, I guess the one person he really did put over was like MJF, I guess. But other than that, he faced Lance Archer, he beat him. Uh, he beat other people too. He beat Sammy Guevara. He beat who else he beat? Brody Lee and all these other people, you know what I'm saying? He faced Chris Jericho. I mean, like, you did all this for your company and you pride yourself in not becoming the world champion and stuff like that. And you know what I'm saying? And you went on your podcast too saying that we don't need casuals. But you're back to a casual business now. You're back to a business that attracts more casuals, if anything. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, everything that you did WWE so far, bigger than what you did ever at AEW. Because that's really what AEW started to go downhill with Cody left. And it was just ridiculous, bro. Just stupid. And then we have CM Punk. Oh man, y'all already, if y'all been on my channel for a while, y'all already know how I feel about CM Punk, man. Cause he went to AEW and tried to bury the company basically over there too. Talking about some, professional wrestling. I retired from professional wrestling in 2005. Because 2005 was the year that he signed with WWE, and now that he's back, and mind you, he didn't put anyone over in AEW, bro. Not one person. Darby Allin, no. Eddie Kingston, no. MJF, no. Hangman Adam Page, no. John Moxley, no. Samoa Joe, no. He didn't put anyone over in that company, bro. Not one person. And it's pretty much the same thing over here. I mean, yeah, sure, you can make the argument that he barely wrestled. But at the same time, like, who has he put over since he came back to wrestling? He's been back in wrestling for almost 4 years now, and he hasn't put anyone over. You know what I'm saying? And, for, just sort of making a statement about these big stars, right? Just people just going to WWE, they become automatic big stars. Because you could basically say the same thing for anybody that's left AEW and went to WWE. But it's the complete opposite when someone leaves WWE and goes to AEW, because as soon as you go to AEW, your career is done for, bro. Like there's no regret for him, man. Unless you go back to the Fed, but yeah. So you have like Ethan Page, he went over there. He's a bigger star now. People like Stephanie Vodker, she's a bigger star now. Julia, a bigger star. Know what I'm saying? And for these people to become bigger stars, for leaving at AEW, I believe Corey J was over there also for a little bit. For these people showing up at AEW and just going to WWE and now they're becoming bigger stars than ever because Ethan Page was pretty much a jobber in AEW. Like, what's Ethan Page done in AEW? Absolutely nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, for you to bring all these stars going over to from AEW to WWE, and if y'all watched my last video about how WWE and AEW was secretly working together because they basically just doing the same thing, then you will get that. And this is the reason why, because Tony Khan, man, Tony Khan doesn't know how to make stars on his own. He chooses to sign all these people and not do anything with them. The other way he signed Speedball Mike Bailey. What's he going to do with him? No matter what you do, nothing's going to work, bro. Nothing. Oh yeah, I forgot about the most recent example, Ricky Saints or Ricky Starks. He was in AEW for a little bit. He had the FTW championship for a little bit. Now that he's in WWE, he's getting more star power than ever, bro. Ever in his career. Because WWE knows how to put a big market on talent like these people and put them on the shelf and make people care about them. Tony Khan doesn't know how to do that. He just like his little spiky death matches and just having the same stuff every single time. Like John Moxley. He could have been paralyzed from all those spikes down his back. He really risked his life, bro. He really could have been paralyzed because your spine helps you walk and stuff like that. For those of y'all that don't have a brain, that really could have ruined his career. But nope, this is the only thing entertaining to y'all, right? For your AEW me riders out there, this is the only thing y'all got going for y'all, right? Because like I said, you go to AEW, your career is pretty much done for. I mean, look at Ricochet. People saying that, oh my god, Ricochet's heel turn is so great. I love it, man. Bro, this man is prioritizing a robe over a championship. A robe over his girl. Bro, like, what other bigger jobber things can this man do in the AEW? And then y'all make the argument something, oh, at least he's having fun. WWE will love to have fun. Like, come on, man. Having fun? Do what's entertaining to other people, too. Not just you. You see why Edge is not working? Or Adam Copeland or Cope, whoever he is. Because Edge is long gone. I don't know who this Cope dude is because Edge would not waste his career like this, bro. He wouldn't. But now you have that stuff over there, too. Mercedes Monet. She's basically the new Kenny Omega now with her belt collector stuff. And it's pretty much going to go the same route as the Kenny Omega route. Not memorable. Yeah, I said it. Yeah. Because I said this a few times before. Kenny Omega's belt collector days was not memorable, yo. It was not memorable. Okay? Get your feelings. So, yeah, man, that's pretty much all I gotta say about this man. Swerve Strickland, he was right. He told the truth about CM Punk and Cody Rhodes wouldn't be as big as they are as wasn't for AEW because if AEW didn't exist and they tried to come back to the company, all this other stuff, they'll probably be the same person. They'll probably be on the same level status as they were in their first run in WWE. But yeah, man, comment down below what y'all think about this topic. As always, I'll see you boys in the next video. Peace.